Good morning. I am John Monahan, the President and CEO of the Mount Pleasant Group of Cemeteries. On behalf of our entire organization, I extend a sincere welcome to everyone who is gathered here and a deep appreciation for your presence today on the steps of the Mount Pleasant Cemetery Mausoleum. Generations of Canadians are interred inside this building, including many who served in the armed forces with distinction and selflessness. Gathering here today reaffirms our connection to each of them and their stories of sacrifice. Thank you to the RCAF Foundation for the opportunity to collaborate again on this important annual event. Time passes slowly but steadily in a cemetery. This year we observe the 80th anniversary of the conclusion of World War II. We also mark the 85th anniversary of the Battle of Britain, where many Canadian pilots served bravely and almost 24 gave their lives. Decades on, we will never forget nor take for granted what they did for all of us. The Mount Pleasant Group turns 200 next year, but the land where this cemetery operates has for millennia been the traditional territory of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and is both the traditional and treaty lands of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. This land is also covered by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, an agreement between the Anishinaabe and the Haudenosaunee to mutually share and care for the lands around the Great Lakes. One dish, one spoon, and no knives. Today, this gathering place continues to be home to many Indigenous peoples from all across Turtle Island. We are deeply grateful for the opportunity to work and assemble here and to commemorate the fallen who rest in these grounds, cared for by Mother Earth. As we reflect upon the sacrifices of all veterans, as well as those of their families and loved ones, we reaffirm our ongoing responsibility to care for this land and honor all of its past and present inhabitants. We will remember them.
Thank you, John, for those beautiful words as we begin today. We are honored each year to hold this beautiful and wonderful and important ceremony at Mount Pleasant Cemetery each year. Thank you to you and your team. Please stand if you're able for the arrival of Major General Dennis O'Reilly, Deputy Commander of the Royal Canadian Air Force, Chief Warrant Officer John Hall, Honorary Colonel Renee Van Kessel, and remain standing for our national anthem. Please be seated. Good morning and welcome to the Royal Canadian Air Force Foundation Remembrance Day Ceremony here at Toronto's Mount Pleasant Cemetery Mausoleum. I am Jeremy Diamond and I am the CEO of the RCAF Foundation and will be your MC today. Thank you so much for joining us. I ask that each of you put your phones on silent mode as to not disturb today's proceedings. It is so wonderful to be back here today. The sun is shining. We're wonderful to be around friends, serving members, and remember those that have fallen during conflict. I would now like to invite Major General Dennis O'Reilly, Deputy Commander of the RCAF, to bring greetings.
Good morning, everyone. It is an honor to stand with you today on this sacred ground, where so many of our heroes rest. As Deputy Commander of the Royal Canadian Air Force, I am deeply humbled to represent the men and women who serve and have served in defense of our nation. Mount Pleasant Cemetery is not just a place of quiet reflection. It is a living testament to courage, sacrifice, and service. Among these stones lie the stories of aviators who soared into danger, soldiers who stood firm in the face of the enemy, and sailors who braved the unknown. Each name etched here reminds us of the cost of freedom and the enduring legacy of those who gave their all. On this Remembrance Day, we pause not only to remember the fallen, but to reaffirm our commitment to peace, to honor those who continue to serve, and to ensure that future generations understand the sacrifices that were made. The Royal Canadian Air Force has a proud history, one built on resilience, innovation, and unwavering dedication. From the skies over Europe in the Second World War to peacekeeping missions and domestic operations here at home, our members have answered the call with honor and distinction. So today, as we lay wreaths and bow our heads, let us also lift our hearts in gratitude. Let us remember not only the battles fought, but the values defended: democracy, justice, and human dignity. To the families of the fallen, to our veterans, and to all who serve, we thank you. Your courage inspires us, your sacrifice binds us, and your legacy lives on in every Canadian who walks freely beneath a maple leaf. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Commander O'Reilly. It is an honor to have you join us here this year. The RCAF Foundation is grateful to the individuals who have helped with today's ceremony. In addition to Deputy Commander O'Reilly, we welcome from the Royal Canadian Air Force, Chief Warrant Officer John Hall, Honorary Colonel Renee Van Kessel, 16 Wing Commander Colonel Wes Cunningham, 16 Wing Chief Warrant Officer Bob Peljak, Chaplain 16 Wing Captain Ware, and 16 Wing Chief Warrant Officer Assistant Sergeant Sean Gallant. As well, Leslie Church, Member of Parliament, Toronto St. Paul's, Stephanie Bowman, Member of Provincial Parliament, Don Valley West, Stephanie Smythe, Member of Provincial Parliament, Toronto St. Paul's, Founding Chair of the RCAF Foundation, John Wright, members of our RCAF Foundation Board and Advisory Council, and veterans and former serving members of the Canadian Armed Forces and their families. We also extend a very special thank you to our many volunteers, including those from 53 Division of the Toronto Police Service, our Pipe Major, Doug Swan, Bugler, Ram Cuesta, and Drummer Corporal Kite Smith. And a special thank you to Captain Thomas Turk, RCAF Operations Officer, responsible for the flypast today of 2 Hercules model CC-130J flown by 436 Transport Squadron at 8 Wing Trenton. This tactical airlifter is used in a diverse range of missions, such as a troop transport and tactical airlift, and has the capacity to land and parachute equipment, supplies, and personnel into adverse environments. It can transport up to 92 fully equipped paratroopers or 128 passengers. 436 has taken part in nearly every major Canadian Armed Forces airlift operation over the past 60 years, including peacekeeping missions, Afghanistan, and continues to support missions around the world. 436 also distinguishes itself as a transport squadron in Burma during the Second World War. The RCAF's mission is to recognize, foster, and celebrate the Royal Canadian Air Force and the aviation and aerospace industry in Canada through community engagement, education programs, and commemorative activities. With best-selling publications, a nationwide scholarship program, and exciting public activations, the RCAF Foundation is positioned to ensure that we never forget our past, but while we also celebrate and support our future. Where we are standing has particular significance. In front of Wing Commander William G. Barker, VC, final resting place. Barker was also the first executive director of the Royal Canadian Air Force. He co-founded the first commercial airline in Canada, along with the Waterfront Air Show, set many flying records, and even became the first president of the Toronto Maple Leafs, all before his untimely death in a plane crash at the age of 35. As he was being carried up these very steps, more than 50,000 mourners witnessed a sudden rush of aircraft directly over the mausoleum rooftop behind me, a tribute to a fallen hero and a salute to those that have given their lives in the service of their country. The RCAF looks forward to unveiling a special statue of Barker just south of here at Yonge and Summerhill's Scrivener Square during Remembrance Week next year. While this is a particular gathering spot each year for Remembrance Day for the RCAF, it is truly open to every past and present military participant anywhere to join us today. And members of the public, far and wide, pay homage and respect to those that have lost their lives in service to their country. While we pay tribute to those who died in wars and conflicts long ago, we must remember more recent conflicts, including the 158 soldiers we lost in Afghanistan and the more than 50 who have died since. Their memory deserves to be honored along with those preceded them and their families who deserve our enduring support. We are privileged to have students from Hodgson Middle School here today to recite in Flanders Fields. Will Leah and Charlotte please join me at the podium?
In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow, between the crosses, row and row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing, fly. Scarce heard amid the guns below, we are the dead, short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow.
Loved, and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Field. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep through poppies grow in Flanders field.
Thank you, Leah. Thank you, Charlotte. I would now like to call up Honorary Colonel Renee Van Kessel to recite the Act of Remembrance.
It is customary at the end of the Act of Remembrance to repeat the words, "We will remember them," and I invite you to join me at that time. They shall not grow old, as we that are left behind grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. We will remember them.
For those who are able, please stand for the last post, followed by 2 minutes of silence, reveille, and the Piper's Lament. Please be seated. Would like Would like to welcome Captain Ware, 16 Wing Chaplain, to offer reflections this morning.
We honor and give thanks today for every Canadian who responded to the call to serve this nation. For those we lost on the battlefields, in the air, or at sea. For all our veterans who we have lost between the end of their mission and now, and for those veterans we are blessed to be able to say thank you to in person today. For those who carried and those who still carry the wounds of war, seen or unseen, in body, mind, or soul. For all of this, a grateful nation offers its utmost gratitude. We honor their sacrifices and renew the promise. We will remember them. May they not be taken for granted, their cause forgotten, or their sacrifice be in vain. May those we have lost rest in peace. Pour les familles, parents, frères et sœurs, conjoints, enfants, amis, qui connaissent le fardeau de voir leurs proches déployés, ainsi que la douleur, le chagrin et la perte. Pour ce lieu où tant des soldats, des marins et d'aviateurs reposent en paix. Pour ce jour que nous commémorons chaque année, ces symboles et ces cérémonies. Pour tous ceux qui se sont réunis ici pour rendre hommage et contribuer à ce que cette histoire ne tombe pas dans l'oubli. Nous honorons tous ces êtres et leur offrons nos paroles, nos pensées, nos prières individuelles et nos actions. For us who wear the uniform now, who are carrying on where our veterans have passed the torch to us, let us recognize the sacred trust we have been given, the call to the profession of arms. May we stand firm, find the resolve and the resilience to carry on the work set before us, so that the service of the Canadian Armed Forces remains a source of pride for all Canadians. The torch has been passed, be ours to hold it high. Let us not break faith. Nous nous souviendrons d'eux. We will remember them.
16 with, stand at ease.
Thank you, Captain Ware, for those important words. I would now like to invite those who will be laying a wreath today to do so in this order. Please come up when I call you. The Canadian Armed Forces. The Royal Canadian Air Force. The Royal Canadian Air Force Foundation. the family of William G. Barker. Mount Pleasant Cemetery. Toronto Police Service. Government of Canada, Toronto St. Paul's. Province of Ontario, Toronto St. Paul's. The Royal Canadian Air Force Association. Please stand for the playing of God Save the King, and remain standing for the departure of Deputy Commander, Royal Canadian Air Force Major General Dennis O'Reilly, Chief Warrant Officer John Hall, and Honorary Colonel Rene Van Kessel.
Distinguished attention! To the Deputy Commander, Royal Canadian Air Force, Major General O'Reilly, General salute. Salute! Attention!
You may be seated. To service given and sacrifices made. Today is the day we make good on that promise we made before following the Great War, and that was to never forget. To never forget the service, to never forget the sacrifice, and to never forget the important and vital role a then very small country of Canada made in the pursuit of peace. Today is when we also keep close to us those servicemen and servicewomen and their families who continue to serve both here in Canada and around the world and honor that long tradition of service to our country. We thank you today and always. And it is today that we are reminded how quickly the conflicts of the past are slipping further away in our memory, and the need to make a commitment to continue to hold these ceremonies, particularly with young people in the audience. Ultimately, the future of remembrance in Canada depends on our ability to connect past sacrifice with present values and future responsibilities. It must be both national and personal, solemn and inclusive, traditional and innovative. By reimagining how we remember, not just who we remember, we ensure that the legacy of service and sacrifice continues to shape our national character. What will the future of remembrance look like? It will be up to your young generation to take the torch and ensure that those around you keep it lit. I am confident that you will do just that. Thank you for joining us today. You are welcome to now place your poppies at the William Barker Monument. Following the placing of your poppy, for those that are able, I invite you to enter the mausoleum and pay respects to William Barker. To conclude the ceremony, we will be led by Pipe Major Doug Swan and followed by drummer Corporal Kite Smith of the 48th Highlanders to a special Air Force monument within Mount Pleasant Cemetery. You are all welcome to place a flag to honor the service and sacrifice of those individuals and others on this important and reflective day. Thank you again.